So here with Joanna Brendon, a Riverside Artist Group. We've got pieces of work in the exhibition I Dreamt, I Woke Up, and I particularly loved your work. I love the way you use the paint, the colour, the feeling behind them. I found them very honest paintings. I thought they were honest, they're very reactionary and just
intuitive.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was just wondering...
Interestingly, you see it there in the long stretch sort of format now. Well, that came about because of my disability.
Okay.
When the rheumatoid arthritis was really, really bad, it was too painful to paint that way.
Of course, yes.
And then I realised that I could do it that way. And that
yes.
wasn't it. So, you know, that's interesting how one makes it out of adversity.
Yes, of course.
You know. But I'm such a messy painter.
Well, I actually particularly like the messy aspect in your painting. I love that. I love it. It feels emotional.
Yeah, it's down in Devon, and it's where my mother's ashes are scattered.
Okay, okay, that's...
So, but I do have a do I call it a weakness for blue? Sometimes it feels like a weakness. I think you must not use any blue in this. And then, you know, I start painting. How did that get there? You know, I find I've got blue in it somewhere.
So it's very deeply personal painting.
It is. Yeah. It is, and it just is right there.
I think it's very beautiful.
Yes.
I think often like blues, especially deep blues, seem to talk about, I don't know, depth. Depth of emotion and depth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But the interesting thing is, I think I've never had a painting of mine for so long. It makes it sound as if I sell them, you know, over and over. But it's not that, but I've actually lived with this.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's me or the painting that's changed. It's probably both.
Yes.
I find I get more involved with it, and I don't. If somebody wanted to buy it, I don't. Well, it would have to be a very, very large sum.
Yes.
Yes. Really would.
It is very different when you live with a painting. You have a kind of relationship with it, and you're right. It changes. You change. I understand what you mean.
Yes. You're never sure quite. It doesn't really matter, and it's probably both. I had an exhibition at the. It's interesting how the influence people can have on one. An exhibition at the Orange Tree Theatre in Richmond.
Yeah.
It was a small exhibition, small works. And just at that time, my oldest friend died. And she was the one who always went to that theatre with, and also used to go to walk in Richmond Park. And so I dedicated the whole exhibition to her. And I was about halfway through painting towards it. And there were small works, you know, a couple of larger ones. But she was sitting on my shoulder, go away! You know, I kept thinking, I wonder if Julia would have liked this one.
Yes.
And she was never going to see it.
Yes.
It's very strange, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, no, yes. Well, it's funny how you're influenced through your paint. I mean, yes.
Yeah, but I didn't think I'd be influenced by it. Well, I suppose one is, yes. I suppose one thinks, would Mother have liked that? You know, would she have approved?
Yeah, it's interesting what goes through your mind when you're painting. Yeah. I mean, there could be all sorts of subtle levels are there in the act of doing it without, not necessarily consciously, you know.
No, but sort of subliminally, yes.
Yes.
I think that's the word you were looking for.
Yes, that is. Yes, thank you.
Are we looking at an ocean?
Yeah.
Or is this a rock pool?
Yes.
And if you leave out some of the clues, it can be really, you know, ambiguous.
Yes.
I like that.
I mean, I think that comes across in your painting. I like there's a sort of freedom and a joy of paint.
Yes, I also like the way hard, like in rocks, it's soft as the water.
Yeah. I
mean, you can get hard water, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
And land, I like that sort of tangent where they meet.
Yes.
If that's the right word.
Yes.
I find that moving.
Yeah.
And the fact, of course, that it's ever changing.
It's interesting, isn't it? What moves you? I mean, I find if I see large areas of still water, I find it really moving.
Yes.
really touches me
Yes.
somehow. I'm not really sure what it is or why.
I know, it's sort of, I know what you mean. Perhaps that's what the sort of inner peace one is looking for.